Привет, друзья! Меня зовут Юля. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to continue learning accusative case, винительный падеж, and we will learn how to decline possessive pronouns. I give you an example. This is my brother. I'm listening to my brother. Это мой брат. Я слушаю моего брата. So did you notice that I declined my as well? So this we are going to learn today, how to decline possessive pronouns. So just a quick reminder that when we are talking about accusative case, it's important to pay attention to the object, not only to the gender of the object, but if it is living or non-living object. Living objects are people, animals, if you use an occupation or your relative, this is living object. Non-living, the rest. Tables, I don't know, houses, apartments, whatever. Non-living objects. That's why here you will see two possessive pronouns. First one is for non-living object, second one for living objects. This is, by the way, for masculine. Yes, this one is for feminine. You will see that this is it's the same for both non-living and living objects. This is neuter, the same non-living living object. And for plural, here gender doesn't play any role, but again we need to pay attention if it's non-living or living object. And so let's start with my, possessive pronoun my. Here I wrote down some verbs, and everywhere I used personal pronoun я, but you can use any pronoun. Я, он, она, они, etc. Here the gender doesn't matter. We pay attention to the gender of the object. Okay? So let's start with my. For masculine objects мой и моего. Мой, моего. For example, if you want to say I see my table. Я вижу мой стол. Стол, masculine, non-living object, so we use мой. Я вижу мой стол. If the object is masculine and living object, we use моего. Я слышу моего брата. I hear my brother. Я слышу моего брата. My, possessive pronoun my, if the object is feminine. For example, я вижу мою ручку. I see my pen. Pen, ручка. It's feminine, non-living object, so we use мою. Я вижу мою ручку. Actually, for feminine gender, living or non-living object is not, if it's living object or not, non-living object is not very important because it's everywhere, it's for both cases, possessive pronoun the same. Something positive. Okay, so я вижу мою ручку, я слышу мою сестру. I hear my sister, I see my pen. Мою ручку, мою сестру. If the object is neuter, and here honestly I had some troubles to find neuter nouns living neuter nouns, so that's why everywhere I will use животное, animal, because again there are not so like really, really few. So let's see. Моё, моего. Моё for non-living objects. For example, я вижу моё платье. I see my dress. Я вижу моё платье. I hear my animal, or I hear my pet. Я слышу моего животного. Моего животного. And for plural objects. Я вижу мои фотографии. Мои фотографии. Я слышу моих родителей. Я слышу моих родителей. I hear my parents. Parents obviously are living objects. That's why we use моих. Моих родителей. Okay? So this is for possessive pronoun my. Next one is your. Your informal pronoun ты, from ты. Твой, твоего for masculine. Твой, твоего. Я ем твой торт. I'm eating your cake. Торт, masculine, non-living object. So we use твой. Я ем твой торт. Я понимаю твоего папу. I understand your father. Careful here, just again, quick reminder that non-living masculine objects we don't decline. You see, we don't change the ending, but living objects we need to decline. So you need to be careful with these, how to change these endings. Okay? Я понимаю твоего папу. I understand your father. Папа, it's masculine, living object, so we use твоего. Я понимаю твоего папу. Your, if the object is feminine. Я ем твою пиццу. I'm eating your pizza. Я ем твою пиццу. Я понимаю твою маму. I understand your mother. Я понимаю твою маму. Neuter. Твое, if it's non-living object. Я ем твое мороженое. I'm eating your ice cream. Я ем твое мороженое. And for living object, I forgot already the noun, the verb. Я понимаю твоего животного. As I said, not so many examples of living objects neuter. That's why, again, животного. I understand your pet, if it's possible. Я понимаю твоего животного. Plural. Gender doesn't play any role here, but again we need to pay attention if it's non-living or living object. Я ем твои конфеты. I'm eating your candies. Твои конфеты. Я понимаю твоих друзей. I understand your friends. Я понимаю твоих друзей. Okay? Here you put any nouns you want. For example, я понимаю твоих родителей. Я понимаю твоих коллег, your colleagues. Я понимаю твоих учителей. I understand your teachers. So here, this is just an example. You put the object you want. Just to pay attention to the gender, if it's singular, plural, living or non-living. Good? Okay. Our. If you want to say that you see something that belongs to us, our. For masculine, you use наш, нашего. Pay attention how I pronounce this one. Нашего. Я ищу наш билет. I'm looking for our ticket. Я ищу наш билет. Again, билет, it's masculine, non-living object, so наш. Я встречаю нашего друга. I'm meeting our friend. Я встречаю нашего друга. Okay, masculine. Feminine. The same for living and for non-living objects. And here, quick reminder, you need to decline both non-living and living objects. So, я ищу нашу книгу. Я встречаю нашу подругу. Я встречаю нашу подругу. I'm meeting our female friend. For neuter. Я ищу наше счастье. I'm looking for our happiness. So sweet. Happiness. Счастье. Я ищу наше счастье. Why I keep forgetting the verb? Я встречаю нашего животного. Я ищу наше счастье. Neuter non-living object. Я встречаю нашего животного. Neuter and living object нашего. Plural. Наши, наших. Наши, наших. Наше, нашего. Я ищу наши паспорта. I'm looking for our passports. Я ищу наши паспорта. Я встречаю наших соседей. I'm meeting our neighbors. Я встречаю наших соседей. And the last one is your formal possessive pronoun from вы. So two ways. Formal from ты, вы, or if you're addressing to several people, yes, or as a plural. Я мою ваш дом. I'm cleaning your house. Я мою ваш дом. Я люблю вашего сына. I love your son. Я люблю вашего сына. So, ваш for non-living objects, вашего for living objects. Okay? Я люблю вашего сына. You can say if you're addressing to, for example, one woman and you want to be polite, that's why you use вашего сына. Or if you're addressing to mother and father, you're addressing to several people, and here you use вашего as plural. Yes? Я люблю вашего сына. Feminine. Вашу. Я мою вашу машину. I'm cleaning your car. Вашу машину. Я люблю вашу дочь. I love your daughter. Я люблю вашу дочь. Same for living and non-living objects. Я мою ваше окно. I'm cleaning your window. Я мою ваше окно. Я люблю вашего животного. Again, pay attention how I pronounce. Вашего. Вашего животного. Plural. Ваши. Ваше, вашего. Ваши, ваших. Plural. Я мою ваши вещи. I'm cleaning your stuff. Я мою ваши вещи. Я люблю ваших друзей. I love your friends. Я люблю ваших друзей. Okay? So these are possessive pronouns that we need to decline. Luckily, and probably you noticed that его, ее, их are not here because we don't change them at all in any cases. In all cases they are going to be the same. For example, я вижу его дом, I see his house, я вижу его машину, я вижу его платье, etc. So for его, ее, их, we don't decline. Already good news, you need to remember just 4 possessive pronouns. So now take a picture or write down everything we are going to practice. So here you can see 10 sentences with possessive pronouns and nouns in nominative case. So let's practice and open the brackets using винительный падеж, accusative case. So, он ищет моя кошка. He's looking for my cat. Он ищет. So, кошка, it's feminine, living object, but actually for feminine nouns it's not very important because we need to decline both possessive pronoun and object and noun itself. So, он ищет мою кошку. I hope you remember how to decline nouns because we need to decline them as well. Next sentence. Мы ждем наши гости. We are waiting for our guests. Мы ждем наши гости. Гости, you can see that it ends with e, so it is plural. Gender doesn't play any role here, but we need to decline both possessive pronoun and object. Мы ждем наших гостей. Они продают их дом. They are selling their house. Они продают их дом. Их, as I said before, we don't decline. Их will be the same there, will be the same for all cases. Дом, it's masculine and non-living object, so we also don't decline. So it stays the same. Они продают их дом. Я понимаю твой менеджер. I understand your manager. Я понимаю manager, masculine and living object, so we need to decline. I hope you remember how to decline nouns. And твой, я понимаю твоего менеджера. Вы слушаете ваш учитель? Question. Учитель, a teacher. Are you listening to your teacher? Teacher, учитель, masculine and living object. So we need to decline both. Вы слушаете вашего учителя? Я уважаю твои родители. I respect your parents. Родители, plural, so gender doesn't play any role, but we need to pay attention that родители, parents, is a living object. So we need to decline both of them. Я уважаю твоих родителей. Она читает моя книга. She is reading my book. Книга, it's a non-living object, but it is feminine. That's why we need to decline it. Она читает, but possessive pronoun will be the same for living and non-living object. So, она читает мою книгу. Я вижу ее брат. I see her brother. As I said before, ее, их, его we don't decline, so it will be the same, but брат, it's a living object, brother. So we need to decline it. I see her brother. Я вижу ее брата. Мы спрашиваем наши соседи. We asking our neighbors. Соседи, plural. Gender doesn't matter, but it's a living object. We need to decline it. Мы спрашиваем наших соседей. Он поздравляет ваша мама. He congratulates your mother. Your polite version. Он поздравляет, easy here, вашу маму. Everywhere. Он поздравляет вашу маму. Good. And last part of this video will be questions. Let's see how to ask questions to possessive pronouns in accusative case. If you want to ask a question, whose cake are you eating? Whose book are you buying? Whose friends are you looking for, etc. In English it is one question, whose. In Russian we need to make things a little bit complicated. Why? Don't ask me. So again we have four tables here, 4 columns. First one, masculine, for masculine objects. And there are 2 questions for non-living objects and for living objects. Чей, чьего. For example, чьего брата ты слушаешь? Whose brother are you listening to? Твоего брата. Your brother. Or you can give the full answer. Я слушаю твоего брата. Or just твоего брата. So, чей for non-living objects, чьего for living objects. Masculine. It's the same question for both objects. Чью, for example. Чью собаку ты ищешь? Их собаку. Their dog. Чью собаку. For neuter, again, 2 questions. Чье, чьего. Чье мороженое ты ешь? Твое мороженое. Whose ice cream are you eating? Your ice cream. Or you can say, я ем твое мороженое. And for plural, чьи, чьих, чьи, чьих. For example, чьих друзей ты ждешь? Whose friends are you looking for? Моих друзей. I'm waiting for my friends. Чьих друзей ты ждешь? Whose friends are you waiting? I'm waiting for my friends. Моих друзей. So these are questions for possessive pronouns. So, practice time. Here you will see 7 answers, 7 sentences, and you need to make a question. You need to ask the question to the object. Okay? So, я читаю его книгу. This is the answer. So, what question can you ask? I'm reading his book. The question should be, whose book are you reading? Я читаю его книгу. So, first thing that you notice that this is singular, feminine. So, the question is чью. And now we ask the question, whose book are you reading? Чью книгу ты читаешь? Чью книгу ты читаешь? Я читаю его книгу. Good. Next. Я встречаю нашего папу. I'm meeting our father. Papa, it's masculine, living object, so the question will be чьего? Чьего папу ты встречаешь? Она любит моего брата. She loves my brother. The question should be whose brother does she love? Она любит моего брата. Брат, again, it's masculine and also it is living object. So, чьего? Чьего брата она любит? Я ищу наших родителей. This is plural. Gender is not important, but родители, parents, this is living object. So the question will be чьих. So whose parents are you looking for? Чьих родителей ты ищешь? Мы едим мой торт. We are eating my cake. Мой торт. Торт это он, and it's non-living object. So the question will be чей торт вы едите? Чей торт вы едите? Мы едим мой торт. Whose cake are you eating? We are eating my cake. Мы слушаем наших коллег. We are listening to our colleagues. Коллег, colleagues, наших, you will see that this is plural, again, a living object, so it will be чьих. Чьих коллег вы слушаете? And the last question/answer. Я смотрю твой фильм. Твой фильм masculine. Film, it's a movie. Я смотрю твой фильм. I'm watching your movie. So movie, it's non-living object, so it will be чей. Question will be чей фильм ты смотришь? Чей фильм ты смотришь? Yay! Bravo! Done for today. If you have any questions, write down in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching this video and пока-пока!